It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
Yeah, I've already lost a few bucks there.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Do you know? Are you able to cut yourself off? Like if you go to Vegas, you go to a gambling
Yeah,
ring?
like, well, my wallet certainly can, because it's not, I don't have a lot to waste.
The wallet says, you know better than this.
Yeah, and you're done.
We're
cuts
done
himself off when
here.
the money's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to have to like hock a guitar just to get back to Louisville.
Yeah.
We will, though.
If that's what it takes. Okay, I'll read my sponsor messages and we'll do our thing. This right here is Car Con Carne. Car Con Carne is a Q101 podcast. I'm James Van Alstyne, and Car Con Carne is sponsored by Easy Automation, easy-automation.net. Transform your living space with cutting-edge home automation that allows you seamless control over audio, video, lighting, climate, security, everything. Embrace the future of smart living. It's your home, your rules. Get a quote by visiting easy-automation.net or give Dan a call. He'll give you a hassle-free quote at 630-730-3728. Tag Publicity. Let me tell you about Evan J. Thomas. Tag Publicity is a music and event publicity company that is freshly distinctive. Tag Publicity is a full-service entertainment PR, talent development, branding, digital marketing, social media management, project management, distribution, content creation, booking, and public relations company. That's a lot of stuff I just said. Currently headed by Evan J. Thomas, and you can reach out to him for any kind of PR needs. If you're a creative, a musician, give Evan a shout. He can help you out. EvanJThomasPR@gmail.com. Follow Tag Publicity on Facebook, Instagram, and the TikTok. Finally, programming note, Car Con Carne live on stage, returning to Legit Dogs and Ice in South Elgin, 322 South Randall Road. This is happening on Thursday, May 15th. Recording live, you could be part of the broadcast, you could be part of the video, the audio, all the things. Live music and interviews from Derision Cult, Aaron Williams and Karen Shook. Comedy on stage from Chris Bongat and craft brewer Carson Souza from Obscurity Brewing. It's all happening on Thursday, May 15th. It is entirely free. We couldn't dream of charging you to be part of this. But come on out. Hang out with us. So it is Car Con Carne outside of Goat Village, a new-ish, I think, location in Norridge in Chicago, near the intersection of Cumberland and Lawrence. I am joined by the bass and drum instrumental duo from Louisville, Kentucky, El Bisonte.
That's correct.
Henry and Blake are in the car with me. Nice to meet you guys.
How's it
Same
going?
here. Glad to be here.
So we're here for this Goatstock event. Now, obviously, people watching or listening missed it. It's too late, but you're here for Goatstock. I think you're the only out-of-towners.
I'm not sure,
Which
but
is
that is plausible.
So it's a prestigious position.
Yes.
You're the only
Yeah.
imports.
And we're going last, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't know that till we got here. I'm like, oh man, no pressure.
So you've been to Chicago before.
Yes, this is the second time we played here. We played here last year with 13 Monsters at One City Tap.
Yeah,
and that was
James the Boneless.
With
Yeah.
James the
And-
Yeah.
In
It
a
was-
weird coincidence, I saw James the Boneless last night, not in concert, just at the Ministry concert. Like as I was walking out, he was at the Ministry show,
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
which tracks, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, makes
that checks
sense.
out, yeah.
So you're from Louisville. You're here in Chicago. What's your vibe being here in Chicago?
Oh, I love Chicago. If it wasn't cold, like in the wintertime, as it is, or like really cold, I'd probably move here. Because it's just such a good vibe out here.
And that's the thing. Our springs and summers are so awesome. It makes us forget how shitty the winters are. And every time we get to the winter, it's like, oh, God, we got to do this again. Oh, but then, yay, it's summer and spring again. Like, as we're recording this, it's 65 degrees out. It's sunny. It's the beginning of May.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
really
Although,
nice.
I mean, Kentucky's no slouch for weather.
No.
It gets
and,
muddy. It gets pretty muggy. It hasn't got there yet, but it's going to get there.
and there's like a time period where like the weather, you see like summer, winter, fall, and like, yeah, all 4 seasons in 1 week. So
That's exactly right.
it's so weird.
Yeah.
Now, I've only been to Louisville once, and it was maybe 10 years ago. I really love the city. Like, it seemed like, and maybe this is just, I don't know any better, but it seemed like a good food city.
Yeah.
It's getting more up and coming that way. Yeah.
And tell me, what is it? Oh, the haunted sanitarium.
Oh, Waverly Hills.
Waverly Hills.
Yeah.
I went on the tour. That's bullshit, right? Is that a tourist trap?
Probably, but it's pretty weird in there. Yeah. I like it. I like weird shit, though.
I took my then young teenage son there for like their 10 p.m. tour. Not a great, not a proud moment in parenting, doing that at 10 o'clock at night. But it's one of those things I remember.
Scarred him.
Like, yes. So they like walk you past the chutes where they drop the tuberculosis victims' bodies out of sight.
Yeah.
And then we were in maybe the cafeteria, and it's super dark. Obviously, there's no illumination. And I remember the tour guide saying, "Now, if you look down the hallway, you can see the shapes moving around." I'm like, "I'm looking."
Yeah.
You might see a junkie pass around the background.
Right.
I mean,
That was
that
me,
seems like
though.
a squatter's paradise.
Yeah. I hang out out there, so it's probably me. Just running around.
So, as I do interviews with bands, I've done interviews with bands for a long time, I think one of the hardest things to do is interview an instrumental band. Because we're talking, it's hard to describe sound. Mm-hmm. You can't pivot to lyrics to talk about the approach. But when I listen to Buried Beneath the Rubble, that is the most current.
that is.
Yes.
I feel like the real mission, I think, of an instrumental band is to tell a story without words. To tell a story with sounds. And I feel like that's what you're doing. That's what you're creating here.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is Henry's brainchild, if you will. Like he came up with the idea originally, like just our sound, and I didn't know him. You know, I was looking for musicians to start a project with, and I went through a bunch of people. Just things didn't pan out, and I found this guy on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Okay, I interviewed another band this week who got together through Craigslist, and again, it's not 2006. This is present day. Like, I didn't realize people still use Craigslist.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Well, this was I guess 2016, 17-ish, somewhere in there. And I listened to his. He had a lot of ideas put down. On tape, I'll say, and I was able to go to his SoundCloud and listen, and I fell in love with it immediately. I could hear the ideas, and I could hear myself playing drums to this music. It was very powerful, and it was very moving, and to me, and right out of the gate, and we just got together, and we were taking those recordings. I was like, well, let's do this part you have here. Let's do it this way, and we just started writing, and it came together. The first few songs very quickly.
And it's just you two guys. It's really important that, musically you click, but personally you have to click too, because it's just the two of you.
Yeah, we can't stand each other.
No, it doesn't work out very well. You should have seen the ride up here. I had him in a headlock while driving, so.
But I mean, you were in alignment from the get-go? Personally and professionally?
Musically,
musically,
it was like perfect alignment, really.
I usually say, like, when we're playing, it's like two bands playing at the same time, because he brings a lot to, like, what we're doing, and I'm also doing a lot, so it's just like both of our sounds just like crashing all at the same time, and it just like it evens out, and then it complements. We complement each other with that, and we're both just busy, really, because I play 20 pedals on my board, and he has like, I don't know, your drum set's huge, so
it's too big. It needs to downsize.
We can
very soon.
Yeah,
I'm tired of that mess.
Henry, are you at that point when you do live shows locally? Do you have guitar nerds hanging down the front of the stage looking at what pedals you're using? And
they're usually like taking pictures too.
Are they really?
Like, that's inappropriate, dude. Get out of here.
That's the live music version of an upskirt photo. That's like, you can't do that shit.
They don't even ask. They just do it. I'm just like, what are you doing, pervert?
No, I'm totally rude. Do you guys want snacks? I have snacks.
Oh, no, thank you.
Good,
are you sure?
I mean, appreciate it.
You drove here from Kentucky.
I'm going to hit that. Well, damn, he's got beef jerky. Damn it. You didn't say you had jerky.
There we go.
There you go.
I'm good. Thank you.
I'm going to hit taco truck too.
You can take the man out of Kentucky, but thinking about telling stories with sound. Final Days in Darkness stands out. That seems like a journey. Can you tell me about that one?
Like Blake said, I had a bunch of songs written, but they were all
incomplete thoughts.
They were all about because I was having crazy dreams about war and losing people, and I've lost some people at that time, and it was just like it felt really destructive. So
I'm so glad the world has calmed down.
Yeah. Oh man, my dreams are coming true at this point, because it was just chaos, and I would wake up and I would be overwhelmed with like how much I was feeling, because usually I feel like a lot of these dreams just in my soul or whatever, are just really deep. And so I was like, I need to do something with this, because I need to get rid of this like energy. So I wrote all these songs with that feeling. And so yeah, it's kind of just, I don't know if it's like apocalypse or just, war, or just pretty much just chaos. I don't know.
I think it's wild, just from a creative perspective, to translate those thoughts into sound without lyrics, without that kind of easy guidance through the concept, and like building the concept through whatever you're doing instrumentally. Yeah. I think that's cool. And I think it's hard too, right?
Yeah. Well, that's how I usually write. It's I'll just daydream for like a week, and I'll kind of take that daydream and like whatever I feel with it, like I'll hit a couple chords, and then if it hits right, I go off of that. And so I'm just writing to these daydreams that I have, because I'm not really having like those crazy dreams anymore, so I kind of have to make that feeling happen like I did before. So yeah, that's pretty much like all our new stuff is kind of in the same realms, of like just the chaos and the pain, and and what I've gone through as well.
Personal experiences, for sure.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, I feel like...
So you led me into it when you said new music. Where are we at with that? Like, when do we get new music from?
We are doing DIY stuff. So, DIY
We're tracking
recording.
some stuff on our own. We got some equipment going, and got the sound dialed in, and we've got a few tracks. I'm not completely done with the drum tracks, I don't think, on these. We're just going to do a couple, like 2 single, just like a short deal, this next release, before we go forward with the next album. We're going to do a couple song release, I think, is the plan. And see where it goes from there. Yeah, the plan. The last plan, this is kind of funny. We recorded Beneath the Rubble in 2018, I think October. And Sam Sculton did the production for us. We recorded in his house, and he did a great job. And we didn't finish like mastering and going through it. We set on that album until 2023.
Yeah.
Were you just second guessing yourself to the point where?
No, we did. We just kind of like.
I think with COVID too,
burn out a little bit. COVID,
just a lot of things.
Yeah, and it was just on the back burner. I went through some tough personal times on my own.
Yeah, me too.
And he did, and we just, but we were like, we had it mastered by Chase Bensing out of Louisville, and he did a great job as well. And we were like, we went to the lake. We go to this lake in Kentucky, Nolan Lake, and we went to hang out there. It's where my family goes and everything. And we just sit there all weekend, and we made album art, all that stuff. That is Henry's collage art. He does so well at his collage work. Is like, it's unbelievably like intricate and amazing. And so, and I also did, and that's my Photoshop work. We kind of just married, and we made that, and we released that album through.
Was it CD Baby?
CD Baby.
Yeah.
While we were at the lake, after sitting on it for 5 years.
Yeah.
Now you're in a groove.
Yeah. And we're working. Yeah. We are working. As far as writing and rehearsal and all the things that go. I mean, it just, and we have full-time lives.
Yeah.
I'm married. We have a child, and we both work full-time, and it's a lot. It's a balancing act, and there's never enough time to do everything we want. Never. But
I get it.
We're trying. Plugging away.
Definitely.
All right, so you're here in Chicago today. More stuff to come. I think you sound great. I think you sound really fucking cool.
We really appreciate that. And,
I think people. I think you're an instrumental band for people who think they don't like instrumental bands. I think people.
I would like to think that we would hook in a listener who is not entirely into the genre.
Yeah.
Like that we could sound so what's the word, pulling some, like just pull somebody in. Let's listen.
Yeah.
And we've experienced that, not to boast, but like we've been at venues that maybe the booking was a little bit like all over the place with the bands and stuff, and we've had some of the most interesting shows with people and demographics that we don't normally play to, and they're just like, and they're just shaking their head, you know, they're rocking out with us, and then we can tell that they love and enjoy it, and that is the most rewarding experience when you bring somebody in that is not familiar in the landscape.
And you kind of said it, because of what you do, I think you can be placed on all kinds of different bills.
Yeah,
like you could be you're adjacent to a handful of genres, so you work well. Like you're kind of a versatile go-to band.
Yeah, and not excluding horror movie soundtracks. We get that. We have had that comment, and they mean it as a compliment, so many times that you guys could do like soundtracks for a movie, like horror movies. Sure. And I mean from just all kinds of different people.
Yeah, I mean, because first time I played you, I'm like, oh, I get this.
Okay.
And I'm also a horror fan, horror soundtrack listener. Like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I get that.
And then,
that's a pretty good compliment too. I like that one.
Well, we're glad you're here. Can't wait to see what you do next. Thanks for jumping in a stranger's car in a different state.
Yeah. This is such an interesting concept.
Yeah.
And kudos to you.
It's
for
almost as weird as the Craigslist meetup.
I've had a few Craigslist meetups in this car. Don't think I haven't.
I like that you slowly walked up to us. And you're like, Bisonte.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for having us.